I'm going to come out on camera. Not on camera, but on mic. Okay, that doesn't sound right. I'm going to shock a lot of you guys right now, but here we go. Please don't hate me. I prefer supercars to imports. Oh, no backlash? Oh, okay, that's great, that's great. Thank you so much. No, but seriously, I do prefer supercars to like Japanese cars. If you make me choose between an A80 Supra and a bog standard Lamborghini Aventador, I'm going to pick the Aventador without hesitation. But if you swap the Supra with an RS4 on the other hand, I'll pick the Aventador and then sell it. But a lot of people, including some of you, assume that if you like supercars, then you're not a car guy. But it's just choice. If you like imports, good for you. If you like supercars, then good for you. I've been in both supercars, a 360 Spider and CTC Lusso, and I've been in tuner cars such as a 600 brake horsepower R33 GTR. So I know both sides of the spectrum, and I feel if anybody's going to talk about the subject, I'm an ideal figure. So I decided to make this video to hopefully set things straight. This is Supercars VS Tuners. Enjoy the video.
Oh, English, 800 calories a mile. Just be very still, I ain't gonna hurt anybody.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Okay, I'm gonna come out and say this. The tuner car culture probably have some of the most stubborn people in the car guy scene. No offense to any JDM fans out there. For example, this is what the tuner car scene is like. Yo, this car has too much camber. Yo, that front end is ugly, man. Why didn't you go for an LS? Rotaries are unreliable. Or those wheels don't suit your car at all, man. Look, it's a rich kid. Oh, jog on. Go dive into your daddy's pool, man. Although a lot of you tuner fans may not be like that, the truth is a lot of tuner fans out there really are like that. And it's really weird. Especially knowing that real car guys appreciate all cars and don't just stick to one side. Don't get me wrong, Japanese cars are really amazing, but the world doesn't just revolve around JDM. Comparing this with the supercar scene, everybody's a lot more tamed, less selfish, and believe it or not, they do appreciate all builds. Wow, nice car, John. Nice choice for the colour too. Oh, lovely spec. I'm really proud of you, mate. You finally made it into the V10s. Oh, look, is that a Mazda RX-7? Oh, those things are beautiful. A lot of JDM fans think that supercar guys are the stubborn ones who think Japanese cars are cheap and plasticky, but okay, the best way I can explain this is like this.
Well, I'd be careful with your uptown ways. Some of the other kids don't like it.
He thinks he's better than us.
What time you going to bed, fancy boy?
Yes, this is genuinely what it looks like.
I'm kind of retarded.
Tuners are crazy when it comes to modifications, hence why they're called tuners. You start off with one car and end with something that looks, feels and drives completely different. Tuners are like artists when it comes to tuning a car. Just got my new car, let me replace the front bumper, give it new wheels, add a wing, change the bonnet, lower it, replace the turbos, rebuild the engine, give it a fresh coat of paint, and oh, would you look at that, my wife has left me. Supercar guys on the other hand, although people like Alex Toy exist, to them, when they think of modification, only one thing comes into their mind. Oh, this car is brilliant. Can't wait to get it a new exhaust. Here I am, I'll dash 20 grand on a full crap of its exhaust system.
3 hours later.
Okay, I've just got to Dub Customs, they fit it on and it sounds amazing. I'm going to give you a before and after. How brutal is that? To be fair, if I had a supercar, I'd do the same thing and change up the exhaust too. I feel like tuners think supercar guys are non-car guys because they're too afraid to do anything major to their car, and they usually don't do these things themselves. I feel the reason they don't modify their cars themselves is because they're too busy doing work such as running businesses or trading stock. After all, how do you think they afford these cars? Not all supercar guys have supercars because of their dad's wallet.
I'm kind of retarded.
Supercars usually do very well in track days. This is usually because the car is refined and the driver is in comfort, meaning they can push the car to its limits and barely feel a thing. Easy onto the throttle, very gentle. Late braking, excellent, excellent. Out of the corner, full power, good, good. This isn't the same on an Aventador though, those things are brutal. Holy fucking shit! Tuner cars on the other hand, they also do really well in track days, if not better. But despite the fact that these cars are well built for the track, the driver isn't exactly having a pleasant time.
Why is my car so goddamn loud, man? My ears are bleeding. Help me, I think my ears are falling off now. My ears are actually having a serious thing.
I'm kind of retarded.
Driving on the other hand, tuners seem to be very respectful and they almost always obey every rule of the road. Although they may be loud and obnoxious in car meets, they are good drivers on the road. Indicate, excellent. 30 miles an hour, good, good. Maintain a safe distance from the car in front, good. Motorway, accelerate gently to 70, very nice. Maybe 80. Supercar guys on the other hand, although a lot of them aren't like this, quite a bit of them consist of unsociable flexers who tend to rev the cars for no apparent reason and floor it in their V10 Hurricanes at literally 7 in the morning. Yes, it does sound cool, but it's a little bit annoying. 7 in the morning, let's go. I'm gonna floor it. Oh, Yes, very, very sexy. Maybe I should launch it.
Kind of retarded.
The public are very differentiating but somewhat similar with the thinking of both tuner and supercars. When they see a tuner car, they usually comment on how unnecessary or useless it is, impractical in everyday circumstances. Gosh, look at the size of that muffler. Why is the bonnet black? It looks so odd. Honey, look, I found a new picnic table. Oh, this car will not go over speed bumps. What an impractical little car. Why doesn't it just get a Vauxhall? The public's reaction to a supercar, on the other hand, if they see a young person driving one, they almost always assume that they never worked to own it and they only have it because of their family's background or their father's wealth. Oh, look at that luxury car. It looks like daddy has given his son millions. Kids nowadays being bored into wealth.
I'm kind of retarded.
In car meets, supercars and tuner cars have very differing opinions. Tuner cars usually have a bunch of guys in hoodies wearing baseball caps backwards, running up to the engine bay saying yo a couple times, sometimes stressing the word to put some emphasis on the car. Yo, yo, yo. Yo! Supercar guys, on the other hand, even if they work for hours and hours on end with their businesses to even afford to run their car, they always get the same reaction.
Your dad has a nice car. Daddy's spoiled, yeah. Or is that your dad's car? Oh, push you.
For God's sake, they're so annoying. It's my mum's car. It's true and you know it. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I tried to give this video a new sort of style. If you did enjoy it, then give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, have a good one. Cheers.
Sie pudert sich die Nase, ich pop eine Zanny. Checke frische Nudes auf meinem Handy. Rocke Gucci, Prada, Louis, Fendi. Pferdemädchen lesen gerne Wendy.